Hi, Gemini. That's a great start. Excuse me. This is your reading for January 20th to 26th. So something interesting happened, and that is that your first reading got mangled because of a technical glitch just a few minutes ago. So I decided I was going to put the cards away and start all over just in case. So many of the same cards came up, so I feel very confident that this is really meant for some of you. Okay? The image that the guides gave me to start with was you sitting in a beautiful silver ring that is suspended by a chain hanging from, I will say, heaven. And you're in the sky. And around you there are other rings. And you have been through several of these rings and have landed in this one. And now you're just kind of lounging there with one leg hanging over the edge and you leaning into it. And you're looking around at these other rings and you're looking down as well. And you're just taking your time deciding what's going to be your next move. Then they also showed me the symbol of the Olympic rings, okay? And with that feeling, what I got was that part of what's happened is these rings that I'm seeing are rings that used to be all interlocked in a way that was possibly problematic for you, or creating stress and anxiety and locking you into a movement that could not be individual. It was like you had to move as a pack of rings, okay? I don't know how many people this involves or how many situations it involves, but it feels now like what I'm seeing is that they've been separated and you are sitting suspended in your ring going, now it's mine. Now it's me who makes the decisions. It's me who chooses how I move. Simultaneous to the image coming in at the beginning, I heard myself say, something has changed within you. And then I heard the rest of the song. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm tired of playing by the rules of someone else's game. Right? Now, we know that's a song from Wicked and that has just come out. I personally have not seen the film yet. However, that goes along with this feeling that I have, is that this isn't just a momentary thing where you have decided, I will do this regardless of that. It feels like this is really something profound within you that has changed. An attitude about yourself, an attitude about the people you're connected with or the situations you're connected with. Most importantly, with the feeling that you have the ability to shape your life the way you want to. And that it doesn't matter what's going on the earthly plane and what other people's demands are. You are able to use the higher energy in order to be able to shape your life. And this is what I feel like you have finally really gotten, that at a deep level. It's in your body now. You know this. It's not just theory. Now, for some of you, you may be still on the precipice of that or hoping for that to come. But the very fact that you want for it to come means it's already coming, okay? The thing is, don't let your mind get in the way of it coming in. Gemini, very often in the past, you have let a sense of not being connected, a sense of abandonment, okay? A sense of not feeling equipped, like you don't have the programming or the rules, the teachings, the learnings, the understanding, the finances, the community, whatever it is, to be able to move forward, to have power in your life and to shape your life in a way that you would like, where you've kind of let the wind, quite literally, take you where it needs to go in the form of people coming into your life or not. It's as though you've let other people make the choices for you in some cases. And when it hasn't worked out, sometimes you've just kind of floated along to the next thing, as opposed to saying, no, that's not right. That relationship didn't work out for me. Why not? What would I like? As opposed to, oh, well, it didn't work out. Maybe another one will, or maybe I'll never have another one. But you haven't used the experience necessarily as a way to move forward, partially because you need to be able to be really self-reflective of what that relationship or that situation, there's that card, same thing, another, you got it again. You've let sometimes the situation dictate how you were going to continue looking at things in the future, or be a statement of who you were or what you were capable of or your worth. No, not anymore. This is about you having faith, forgiving what you need to forgive in yourself, realizing, and other people too, because often it's blaming other people that keeps us attached to that energy. We are innocent creatures who are here to learn and teach each other. In this process, we'll sometimes do things that hurt each other. It's part of the journey towards self-awareness. There's nothing to forgive, only understanding to be had. This is for you too. If you feel like you've done anything wrong, or you're being told that you've done anything wrong, it's time for you to give up the pain. It's time for you to give up the guilt. If you need to take accountability for something, do it. But my goodness, can you please continue, if you have not already, to start looking at life as a process of growth where we all make mistakes. Sometimes we punish ourselves with pain by keeping ourselves in those memories, or by repeating positive triggers. You're being asked to forgive yourself and others, especially yourself. Kindness has come up twice. It came up before twice. You've got kind. Be kind. Don't worry about always having to be right, or about the other person being right. Just let yourself stand for who you are. Honor who you are. Notice the good things that there are about you and own that. And keep your energy high. Keep your energy high by living in a vibration of kindness and faith. And by deliberately bringing in positive triggers. What are positive triggers? Positive triggers are things that remind us of faith, of positive aspects of ourselves, of compassion, of goodness, of kindness, of growth, of spirituality in its biggest, truest form, in terms of expanding this consciousness of compassion into your life and on the earth plane. And it starts with taking care of yourself. It starts with love. I got on a rant there because somebody who hasn't been taking care of themselves, and who hasn't quite landed in the middle circle where they're feeling strong, needs to forgive themselves in order to be able to do that. Guilt, shame, all that stuff, very, very low frequency. Take a look at it if you need to. But in the process of doing that, realize that getting stuck in the past is not going to move you forward in a different energy, okay? It's definitely time for you to notice the power of your mind, which is great. I mean, just imagine, you've got 7 tracks going on, as a Gemini friend of mine says. 7 tracks all the time. If you could combine those tracks, whoa, man, the energy behind that. Please notice your choices. When are you choosing not to feel good? When are you choosing to have thoughts or behave in ways that do not make you feel good? Why are you doing that? Is it because you're punishing yourself for something? Is it because you feel you deserve less? Is it because you're still enmeshed in these rings around you that are tying you into something that you don't feel like you can get out of? I would like you to think of it like this. Whenever you increase your frequency, what it does is it creates momentum in whatever situation you're in. Yes, it can cause static. It can cause reverberations that are sometimes uncomfortable when you're stuck in situations of a lower frequency. But what it does is it starts gaining enough momentum where what will happen is you'll also start noticing different thoughts come in. As you start getting energy moving, you have a tendency to rebalance in your own energy field. And as you have a tendency to rebalance in your own energy field, you can start being able to feel the feelings that are going to guide you to a place that is better, because that's nature. Nature always wants to do that. You're being really reminded that you can give up the pain, that you don't need to be in pain. There's nothing noble about it. Nobody wants you to punish yourself. Accountability, maybe for something, but not to punish yourself for it. That is a useless energy. That doesn't help anybody. What does help people is when you start increasing your frequency, when you start operating with the emotions of kindness and compassion towards yourself, when you start including faith, when you start deciding to act on your own behalf, your own true self, your own honest well-being, okay? Now I realize the same thing happened the last time. What are the voices or who are the people in your head that are telling you no? This is what happened the last time when I did this reading, or when I did a reading for you half an hour ago. It was the same kind of feeling that I'm getting. Please, if you are stuck, if you're not yet in that middle, check out where you are hurting yourself, where you're not letting yourself move, where the past is getting in the way, where you need to give forgiveness or to receive forgiveness, certainly for yourself or anybody else. If you're still operating in pain or you need to release pain of some kind, often through forgiveness is the way. Kindness, compassion, positive triggers. Try thinking differently. Try doing something differently. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, Gemini. What I feel is that many of you are still in the process of giving yourself permission to do this, and there's a whole chunk of you who are already doing it, where you're already releasing yourself from some of the other circles. And there's also the reminder that even if you're still linked with these other circles or in proximity to these other circles, and there is, let's say, a staticky energy that is kind of keeping things locked in, some of you have realized that you can affect your life beyond this situation in a positive way. And that by using your energy, by using your positive triggers and keeping your frequency high, you can do that. Does not mean you're going to do it by deliberately affecting other people. It means projecting your life beyond this situation. What do you want to feel? How do you want to experience pleasure? How do you want to feel? Do you want to feel? Because you can. You don't always have to be in your head. And those of you who've started feeling are the ones who are now sitting in your own ring going, and where would I like to go now? Gemini, I'm going to leave you with that. Have a great week.